Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Mount Lion Field for today's online softball doubleheader between the visiting Cougars of Colorado Christian University and your UCCS Mountain Lions! Before we start our game here today, let's meet the starters for both teams. Actually, let's meet the non-starters first of Colorado Christian University. Starting with number 1, Gabriella 30. Number 2, Hannah Caress. Number 7, Elise Murray. Number 13, Alyssa Zimmerman. Number 16, Ashley Hollowood. Number 17, Keely Griffin.
All right, good afternoon, Mountain Lion fans, and welcome to Mountain Lion Field for today's matchup between the UCCS Mountain Lions and the Colorado Christian Cougars. Let's get you guys set here with today's starting lineups. Colorado Christian batting leadoff. We're going to have Hannah Rapport, the designated player for Marie Bledsoe, who's pitching on the mound today. Batting second, we'll have Jessica Romine, followed by Sarah Rasmussen at first base. Then we'll have Jessica's sister, Danielle Romine, catching, followed by Christina Volante in left field. Jessica Sanzalone will be in center field, followed by Alexa Coffing in right field with Dana Rex at third base, and Stephanie Tatham playing shortstop. UCCS starting lineup looks relatively the same they've had all season here. Batting leadoff, we're going to have Jordan Hitching playing center field, left field, Jen Schoenberg. Batting third, staple of the lineup, Jessica Belsterling, followed by Emily Jennings, batting cleanup, shortstop for today. Batting fifth, Danny Fonseca, playing right. Batting sixth, Nikki Hoffman, playing second base. Catching, Becca Needler. Playing first today, though, however, will be Paige Duncan. And pitching, Corey Culpins, who's enjoying an excellent season here at UCCS. And Claire Nibby will be playing third base. All right. Today you got a matchup of two teams going in very different directions right now. UCCS is in the midst of a 10-game winning streak, where the opposing Colorado Christian Cougars are losers of their previous 6 before their last win here. So they're 1-6 their last 7. UCCS currently sits at number 6 in the RMAC standings, while Colorado Christian is currently 9th. The records, however, are really not terribly different. I mean, UCCS at 13-9 overall, 9-6 in the RMAC. Colorado Christian, with a good showing this weekend, could be right there with them. They're 10-15, 6-8 in the RMAC. The RMAC softball race is always a very close race till the end. Top the RMAC standings, no surprise. Colorado Mesa, always a perennial power in the RMAC, 13-5. Couple key stats to go over today. Coming in today, leading the Mountain Lions in batting average, Jessica Belsterling. She's also leading batting average with also a team leading RBI total of 25 RBIs. So there's a lot to look forward to today. Mountain Lions should match up very well with the Cougars of Colorado Christian. They're currently going through the starting lineups right now. We should be getting ready for the first pitch here relatively shortly. The weather today is a pleasant surprise here in Colorado Springs. First warm weather games UCCS has enjoyed at home this year. All right, we're going to go ahead and take a quick timeout for the playing of the national anthem. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would all please rise, remove your caps, and face the flag as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
All right, welcome back. We are ready to play ball here. UCCS takes the field. Like I said, we have Corey Copeland's on the bump today. She's been the Game 1 starter all season. Her ERA as of today is 3.6. She's got a win-loss record of 6-4, and she's surprisingly high on the strikeouts looking list for RMAC with 18 on the season, putting her at 4th. Something about that changeup really crosses hitters up. Can't pull the trigger. We'll see if she's got it on a string today. Like I said, though, much like this is the first warm weather game for UCCS. This is my first broadcast, but also like the weather, it can only get better from here as the season goes on. So bear with me today. Today's umpires, Chuck French and Steve Collins. Steve Collins is going to be behind the dish. Wind looks to be blowing out to left today, and UCCS already has a relatively short porch, so we'll see if that plays a factor with both teams.
Leading off the top of the first inning, number 4, Hannah Rappaport.
All right, Hannah Rappaport digs in, number 4 for Colorado Christian. She takes ball 1 inside. The first inning has been a trouble inning for UCCS in the past. See if that holds true today. Hannah Rapport pokes one down the left field line. Just foul. That thing hit the line. I thought I saw chalk fly up, but umpire called a foul. 1-1. Coaches today are Scott Peterson for UCCS and the pitch from Fulton. Ball 2. 2-1 to count. Hannah Rapport this year, batting .308, 2 home runs, 11 RBIs. She takes ball 3. That first batter can be a tough hitter for any pitcher because you're just not used to that umpire yet. Still got the nerves going. Ball 4, Hannah Rapport to first base. We got 1 on, no outs for the Cougars.
Now batting, number 3, Jessica Romine.
Stepping up to the plate now, Jessica Romine, second baseman for the Cougars. She's the team leader in batting average, hitting .341. Ground ball to second. Nitty fields it, flips to Jennings for the out. Cannot complete the double play. Mountain Lions get that crucial first out. And Jessica Romine reaches on a fielder's choice. 1 out now for the Mountain Lions here in the top of the first. Now to the plate. Number 19, Sarah Rasmussen, first baseman for the Cougars. Rasmussen's hitting .273 on the season. She takes ball 1 outside. Just to remind, while not a demon on the base pass, is a threat to steals. She's 6 for 7 on the season on stolen base attempts. Colpins gets strikes 1 in there. Fastball inside. 1-1 the count. See if Coach Bond wants to play small ball here and send Romine. Strike 2 for Colpins. Outside corner. Tied up. Sarah Rasmussen. 1-2 the count. Looks like Colpins found that command she couldn't get with the first hitter. Just missed outside. 2-2. Rasmussen is tied for the team lead in RBIs for the Cougars with 23 on the season. Just fouled down the third baseline. Romine was running on that play. Cougars are trying to create some offense on the base paths. Called back for a foul ball. We'll see if she goes again here. 2-2 the count still. Romine takes off. The throw to second. No one is there. Ball flies into center field. Mine stays at second, however. Credit her with the stolen base, her 7th on the season. Full count here to the first baseman for the Cougars, Rasmussen. We'll see if Colpins can deliver. First base is open. You don't want to see her throw a too generous a pitch here to the 3-hole hitter of the Cougars. Inside, foul ball off the dugout. Count still full. Decent sized crowd here today. First crowd the Mountain Lions have really enjoyed all season. It's been too cold really for fans at the previous games. Full count offering. Fouled off to the back screen. Nice battle here from the best pitcher at UCCS, Colpins, and 3-hole hitter, Rasmussen of Cougars. Fouled off again, way out in front of that one. At this point in the at-bat, Rasmussen's probably seen everything Colpin has to offer. We'll see if she can ball 4, just missed. Got runners at first and second now for the Cougars. Rasmussen first. Romine, who runs well at second. Now hitting for Colorado Christian, their catcher, Daniel Romine, the sister of Jessica Romine, I believe, here. Both Grand Junction, Colorado natives. First pitch from Colpins. Fouled off, down left field line, 0-1. Hasn't been a foul ball to the right side yet. Cougars hitters, all right-handed, have been way out in front of every pitch, fouling everything off to the left side. Colpins doesn't throw particularly fast, but does change speeds well. Strike at the knees to Romine. 0-2 now, way ahead here. See if Colpins decides to waste a pitch to Romine. She does indeed waste a pitch. Outside, Becca Neither throws out in the second. Tries to backpick the other Romine sister. To no avail. 1-2 the count. Pitch from Colpin. Strike 3, swinging. Big strikeout there. 2 outs now for UCCS.
Now batting, number 31, Christina Belante.
Up to the dish now for the Cougars. Left field, number 31, Christina Belante. First left-handed hitter for the Cougars today. We'll see if she is out in front as everybody else. Strike 1, swinging up top. 0-1. I can't imagine Jessica Romine would try to steal third base here, but she's been getting some generous leads off the second, as evidenced by Needler's throw down a second. The pitch from Colpins. Off the corner, strike 2. 0-2 here again. It's like Colpins has found the command after walking that first hitter. She's gotten ahead 0-2 on the last two. Seems to be dictating the strike zone. The offering. Strike 3, swinging. Colpins gets out of a semi-jam here with a pair of strikeouts to end the inning, getting Christina Belante swinging.
0 runs on 0 hits with 0 errors and 2 runners left on base.
All right, so resetting the UCCS lineup here as we move to the bottom of the first. We're going to have Jordan Hitchings, the leadoff hitter, batting first, followed by Jen Schellenberg, and then the designated player, Jessica Belsterling. On the mound for Colorado Christian, we'll have Maria Bledsoe. Take a look at her numbers this year. ERA 4.69 win-loss record, 5-8. Started the most games for the Cougars, 13. Not particularly impressive numbers, but I'll tell you what, it's hard to pitch well at Mountain Line Field here, so we'll see if those don't hold true today. Looking at UCCS lineup again, Jordan Hitchings, one of 3 seniors. Check that, 4 seniors on the UCCS roster this year. She was named to the All-RMAC second team, I believe, last season. Could have been third. We'll double check that here in the next half inning. She's hitting 377 on the season. 14 out of 14 on the base pass, has yet to get tossed out. She digs in here, bottom of the first. She takes ball 1 high. Hitchings listed at 5'2" on the roster. That's probably generous. She doesn't offer a very big strike zone. Strike 1. Division II level, wear a face mask on their helmet. It's optional piece of equipment, but Hitchings chooses not to. She's one of 2 CCS hitters that choose not to, the other being Becca Needler. She takes ball 2 outside. 2-1 the count. Ball 3. Bledsoe suffering from the same ailments that plagued Colpins in the top of the first. Having trouble finding that strike zone here, the first hitter. And ball 4. Hitchings down to first. Schellenberg up to the dish. Like I previously mentioned, Hitchings is 14 for 14 on a base pass this season. Runs well. We'll see if she decides to run here. Schellenberg on the year, hitting 307. Swings at the first pitch. Pokes it into right field. Right fielder has a little trouble coming up with it, but Hitchings not able to advance to third. Runs at first and second. Call it a hit for Schellenberg. And now the Mountain Lions have runners on first and second with their best hitter at the plate, Jessica Bellsterling. All right, no outs, first and second. Bellsterling, first pitch. Ball 1. Bellsterling, 408 on the season, 2 homers, 25 RBIs, slugging percentage of .577. She's enjoying a very productive year in her last season wearing Mountain Line black and gold. Strike 1, 1-1 the count. On base percentage of .500 for Bellsterling. Very high. Strike 2, foul to the backstop. 1-2. See if Bledsoe can put her away here. Just outside, 2-2. Bellsterling, part of a plethora of Arizona natives on the Mountain Line roster, hailing Glendale, Arizona as her hometown. She pokes it just over the first baseman's head. Hitchings is going to hold up at third. Single for Bellsterling to load the bases for UCCS. And up now, the cleanup hitter, Emily Jennings. Jennings has seen a plethora of positions defensively for the Mountain Lions. This year playing shortstop. She's played everywhere from first base to outfield. Real utility player here for the Mountain Lions. She's hitting .333 on the season. Swings at the first pitch, grounded to the shortstop. Throw home for 1 out. They could not get two. She saved it first. Fielder's choice for Jennings. Not what she would have wanted, but could have been worse for the Mountain Lions. She was able to hustle down to first and prevent a double play. Danny Fonseca digs in, the right fielder, sophomore. One out now. She takes ball one up high. Fonseca hitting .322 on the season. One homer, 18 RBIs. She takes strike one on the inside corner. 1-1 now. Now wind blowing out to center field still, see if she can't utilize that. Ball two. Good hitters count here. 2-1. Best case scenario for Bledsoe is going to be another ground ball, but Fonseca's been swinging a good bat as of late. Inside, 3-1. See what she does here. See if Coach Peterson has her taken all the way or if she receives the green light with a 3-1 count. Looks like she had the green light. Unfortunately, she pops out to the shortstop. 2 out now for the Mountain Lions, who once had the bases loaded with no outs. Danielle Romaine calls for time, heads out to the pitcher's mound. I have an all infield huddle here for the Cougars. Baseman Nikki Hoffman, the freshman. She takes ball one up high. Nikki Hoffman hitting .304 in the season. 2 homers, 20 RBIs. Second most on the team and runs batted in. Ball two. 2-0. Bledsoe falls behind yet again. See if third time's a charm for the Mountain Lions. Nikki Hoffman lines one into the gap. Going to be a ground roll double. Hops over the left center fence. She continues to have clutch hitting this season. Second most RBIs on the team with 20, now 22. You don't get a number like that without coming up big in big spots. So now the score, 2-0 UCCS, still 2 down. The catcher, Becca Needler, another senior, hailing from Texas, digs in at the dish, runners second and third, see if she can't send a couple more home for UCCS. Takes the first pitch high, ball one. Needler hitting .328 this season. 2 homers, 5 RBIs, hasn't had a lot of opportunities. Ball two. Bledsoe behind in the count again. Hoffman made her pay. We'll see if Needler can do the same here. Needler started every game behind the dish this season for the Mountain Lions. Ball three. 3-0. Cannot be surprised to see a good pitch here from Bledsoe, struggling to find the strike zone with the first base open. The pitch. Outside, ball four. Needler takes her base. Bases are loaded once again for the Mountain Lions. 2 down. Bottom one. Score 2-0 UCCS.
Number 2, Paige Duncan.
Up to the dish now. First baseman, number 2, Paige Duncan. She takes ball one. Strike one. Beg your pardon. Inside corner. Paige Duncan, 295 in the season. 5 RBIs. Duncan grounds to the third baseman. Easy play over to 1 for out number 3. So the Mountain Lions tack on 2 runs on 3 hits in the bottom of the first to take a early 2-0 lead on the Cougars here. Copeland struts back out to the mound. See if she can't maintain that success she saw in the first inning, collecting a pair of strikeouts. You'd like to see her get off to a better start this inning, control-wise. As the weather warms up here, you can already feel it getting warmer. I don't anticipate that being a problem. Colton's a junior. Did see a lot of time on the mound last season. She was a Game 2 starter her freshman year. Seeing a lot of innings as a freshman. You can see she's grown up a lot this year. #1 starter for the Mountain Lions. Seeing a lot of innings and doing a lot of good with them. So, wind seems to have died down a little bit in center field. The flags are relatively static. People still seem to be trickling in here to Mountain Lion Field as well. Looks like a couple youth softball teams made the trek out today. Up first for Colorado Christian, number 25, Jackie Sanzalone. She takes ball 1. Sanzalone, only 3 at-bats on the season, hasn't seen a lot of action, so see if she can come up with here today. Off her wrist, fly ball to the second baseman, Hoffman, easy play, out number 1. Copens continues to roll now. Now batting for Colorado Christian, Alexa Kofing, right fielder, number 33. Number 2 on the team in batting average, .314 average. She takes pitch 1 high, ball 1. The pitch inside. Go way ahead of that one. Fouls it out in the bullpen at UCCS. 1-1 the count. Kofing, a California native, Los Alamos, California. Strike 2 for Colpins. Colpins is ahead of here again. Right where you want to be. See if she decides to waste one or go right after Kofing. Changeup. Oh, it just gets over the first baseman's head. Fair ball. It's going to be a base hit, but that's a tough base hit for any pitcher to swallow there. Not a real solid hit ball, but just over the outstretched glove of Duncan at first base. Falls in for a hit, so 1 runner on here. Now up for the Colorado Christian Cougars. Third baseman Dana Rex, number 5. .254 average on the season for Rex. First pitch from Colpins. Rex squares around a bunt. Ball 1 in the dirt. Neither can't come up with it. And Kofing takes second base. Now we got a runner at second. 1-0 count to the hitter here, Rex. Pitch from Colpins. Just missed. 2-0 the count. So we got 1 out now. Fouled off to the right side. Late on that one. I think that's one of the first foul balls any hitter's been late on all game. Don't expect to see many more of those with Colpins changing speeds and keeping hitters guessing. That changeup's one of her favorite out pitches. Strike on the inside corner, 2-2 now. Two count, 1 out. Runner at second. lined in the right center field. Hitchings dives, can't come up with it. Rex will score. Pardon me, Coffin will score, and Rex is into second base with a stand-up double. 2-1 now. The score here at Mountain Line Field in favor of the Mountain Lions. Could change in a hurry, though. Stephanie Tatham, the shortstop of the Cougars, up to the plate with a runner at second base. Ball one here from Colpins. Want to know the count. Tatham hitting .232 on the season. Last hitter in the Cougars lineup. See if Colpins can't put her away before the lineup turns over. Ground ball to the shortstop. Jennings fields it cleanly, throws over to first. Now we have 2 outs here for the Mountain Lions. Rex is able to advance to third base in the play, however. So Colpins will have to be careful here as the tying run is on third base. Lineup turns over for the Cougars. Hannah Rappaport now hitting. The leadoff hitter, designated player. Ball one from Colpins in the dirt. 1-0. First base is open. Wouldn't be the worst thing if she walked Rappaport. Definitely don't want to give her anything too generous. Ball two from Colpins. From Needler. Runner dives back in. No play there. 3-0 the count. See what Colpins decides to do here. Probably something away. Off the plate. Ground ball turned over. Fielded cleanly by Hoffman. Throw to first and throw it out of the inning for the Mountain Lions. Colpins is able to get out of the jam there. UCCS maintains their 2-1 lead here going into the bottom of the second.
For all the latest news, stats, and photos on your Mountain Lion team, make sure you check out www.gomountainlions.com.
It's been spring break here at UCCS this past week, but it hasn't been spring break, or felt like spring break anyway, I'm sure, for the Mountain Lions softball team. As they went on the road to New Mexico, playing Western and Eastern New Mexico, coming away with 6 wins there. So even though they may not have got to enjoy the sunshine or the mountains like everybody else here in Colorado Springs this spring break, they have been productive collecting wins in what has been the relatively easy part of their schedule lately. Things don't get easier from here. All right, Mountain Lions back up to the plate here. Corey Colpins, the pitcher, leadoff hitter for the Mountain Lions this inning. She takes ball one. Colpins hasn't really seen any at-bats her first 2 years here at UCCS, but has emerged this year as a respectable hitter, hitting .265. Swinging a good bat. She takes strike one, 1-1 the count. Colpins has a pair of home runs on the year as well with 9 RBIs. Fly ball to center. We'll see if it gets out of here. It has legs. It's gone. Home run. Corey Colpins, her third of the year. Helping herself out. The team will mob her at home plate as they always do after a home run. 3-1 now the score. I mean, as a pitcher, that's got to feel good. Put one over the fence yourself. I mean, if your teammates can't do it, might as well do it yourself. Great way to turn the lineup over now, too. 9-hole hitter goes yard. Jordan Hitchings now, leadoff hitter, back to the plate. No outs. Inning number 2. Things could get ugly here in a hurry. Hitchings lays down the bunt to Bledsoe. Bledsoe can't get to it fast enough. Hitchings with a bunt single here. Like I said, things could get ugly here in a hurry. First two base runners reach for Mountain Lions to be a home run and bunt single. Jen Schoenberg now to the plate for the Mountain Lions.
Jennifer Schellenberg.
Jen Schoenberg. What we thought might have been a hit there. Sounds like the umpires, looks like they called it a foul ball. We're going to send her back. Hitchings all the way to third on that play. I don't know if they're saying that it hit the batter's box, or it looks like Scott Peterson's going to go out to second for an explanation here. Short-lived conversation, however. Heads back to third. I guess that was all he needed to hear. Schellenberg 0-1 the count. Digs back in. Ball 1 to Schellenberg, 1-0 the count. She reached on her first at bat with a single. See, she can't do the same thing here. Schellenberg asks for time, steps out of the batter's box. 1-1 the count, no outs. Hitching at first base. Oh, close call, and Schellenberg is ruled out at first base by umpire Chuck French. Looked like she'd beat that one, but nonetheless, she advances Hitchings to second base, so you got the UCCS 3-hole hitter Jess Belsterling stepping up to the plate here with one duck on the pond at second base, and Jordan Hitchings swings at the first pitch, lined into right. Peterson's going to hold Hitchings at third base. Belsterling on at first. We got first and third here, one out for the Mountain Lions. Emily Jennings back to the plate here, the cleanup hitter for UCCS.
Number 24, Emily Jennings.
See what Scott Peterson decides to do here. First and third. I can't imagine he sends Belsterling. She doesn't run particularly well and would probably be thrown out. Ball 1 in the dirt. Nice play by Ramon to keep that one in front of her. Ball 1. 1-0 the count to Jennings. Ground out to short on her last at bat. Fielder's choice. Smoked into right center field. It is gone. Just Emily Jennings with a home run for the Mountain Lions. 3-run blast. Her 4th home run of the season. And like I said at the beginning of the inning, it could get ugly in a hurry, and it looks like it just did. 6-1 the Mountain Lions now. As the weather heats up, it seems the Mountain Lions' bats are heating up. And if that continues, well, let's just say it's supposed to get a lot warmer today, folks. Now stepping up to the plate for the Mountain Lions, Danny Fonseca. 0 for 1-er. First at bat, fly out. Pitch from Bledsoe. Ball 1 in the dirt. Fonseca came on last season late and received a lot of playing time. She's a California native as well, sophomore. She takes ball 2, 2-0. Still only 1 out in the inning. Smoked in the left field. 2 bouncer to the left fielder. Fonseca reaches with a signal. And right now it's who wants to make that out. And none of the Mountain Lions want to make it out. So we'll see if they can keep turning this lineup over. We got number 21, Nikki Hoffman stepping up to the plate. She had a big hit her last at bat for a couple RBIs. She takes strike one. Change up from Bledsoe. 0-1. Ball one, 1-1 the count to Hoffman. Hoffman started every game at second base this season, her freshman year. Ball two, outside. 2-1, good hitters count here for Hoffman. She had a similar count her last at bat when she hit her 2 RBI double. Swings at this one, fouls it off. Right field. 2-2 the count. Line to second, caught for the out and doubled off on Seki at first. You could not get back in time. Double play for the Cougars, and that'll end the inning. That double play was needed for Bledsoe there. She was struggling that inning to get any kind of outs. Mountain Lions take a 6-1 lead here in the third inning, though. Their offense continues to churn.
On 5 hits with 0 errors and 0 runners left on base.
UCCS offense this season is 6th in the RMAC in batting average with a .317 average as a team. Colorado Christian, not nearly as good, hitting .274 this year as a team for 12th best in the RMAC. The only team that's worse is Shadron State with a abysmal .251 average as a team. Colorado Christian has had to rely on their pitching this year. .426 average, or earned run average, pardon me. Earned run average themselves, 4th best. Bledsoe this season has been their #1 pitcher, so Mountain Lions are getting a Bledsoe. Things don't look good for whoever the Cougars run out here on Game 2 later today. All right, top of the third here. Colorado Christian back up to bat. Strike one on the Colorado Christian hitter, Jessica Romine, up to the plate here. Number 3, 0-1 the count. Pitch from Colpins. Ball one outside. Romine squared around the bunt, pulled it back. 1-1 the count. Looks like there's some trouble getting the ball off the field of play. There's action down in the Cougar bullpen, looks like right now. Bullpen catcher came out to get the foul ball. Back to the action. Colpins, ball 2, 2-1. It's not good if you see bullpen action in a softball game in the third inning. Pitch count is non-existent in softball, and the only reason pitchers get pulled is they're not doing well. Romine, single up the middle. Right side of the bag, Hoffman side. She reaches on a single. So Romine to first base, who runs well. Now batting number 19, Sarah Rasmussen. Swinging strike here. Colpins gets ahead in the count, 0-1. Rasmussen's tied for the team lead in RBIs, 23. Takes a changeup high, 1-1. Pitch from Colpins. Weak ground ball to Jennings. Bare hands it. Oh, close play at first. Looked like a Web Jam nominee there until the safe call by umpire Chuck French. Second close call today that's gotten jurors from the fans. Now to the plate, the catcher for the Cougars, Daniel Romine. Runners at first and second for Colorado Christian, no outs. Romine wasting no time going after the first pitch, 0-1. Foul down the left field line. Colpin's been able to work out of jams today. Her third inning, with runners in scoring position. We'll see if she can work some of that same magic. She gets ahead of this hitter, though, 0-2. See if she doesn't decide to waste one. Be careful here, though. With runners on first and second, you don't want to give them a free bag and run into a second and third situation where one hit scores 2 runs. Throws a ball outside. Neither throws down to first. Doesn't get Rasmussen at first base. She'll be able to get back to the bag in time. Interesting decision by Neither there to throw down to first with a runner on second. You don't usually like to see players throwing the ball around like that, but if you think you can get them, I guess why not? Fouled off by Romine. Back to the fence. 1-2 the count still. See if Colpins doesn't decide to go with that changeup she's used so effectively all season. Get her first out of the inning here. And there it is, the changeup. Two runs will score. And it's an RBI, 2 RBI double for Romine. Score now 6-3. Stepping up to the plate now for the Cougars. Going to be Christina Belante, number 31, the left fielder. First pitch from Colpins. Hits her just barely. That couldn't have hit more than a button on the jersey. She gets first base. Runners on first and second now. Coach Scott Peterson will head out to the mound to have a chat with Colpins and see if he can't say something that helps her find the strike zone or at least miss some bats. Coach Scott Peterson, alumni of Eastern Illinois University. Only famous alumni that comes to mind out of Eastern Illinois is Tony Romo. I don't know if Scott knows Tony, but we can check with him after the game in the postgame interview. See if they're on a first-name basis. Scott heads back to the mountain line dugout. No outs here still. Colpin searching for that elusive first out here in the top of the third. Score 6-3 in favor of UCCS. Belante digs in. First pitch. Ground ball to third base, steps on the bag, throws to first, double play. UCCS is able to get 2 outs, and all of a sudden now it's runner at second, 2 outs. Things are looking a lot better. Digging in for the Cougars, Alex Coffin Jr. Weight of the world's been lifted off Colpin's shoulders with that last ground ball to third for a double play. She eases in a beautiful strike one for an 0-1 count here in the next hitter. The pitch. Fly ball to right. Doesn't go too far. Gets knocked down. First baseman Paige Duncan with the catch for out number 3. UCCS is able to get out of the inning, only allowing 2 runs when could have been a lot worse there. 6-3, not a bad place to be for the way the Mountain Lions are hitting, however. We'll see if Bledsoe comes back out to the mound after seeing action in the Cougar bullpen between innings this last inning. I'm sure the softball team here at UCCS would love to make the RMAC playoffs and make some noise after seeing the support the basketball team got here. Basketball team here, men's basketball team at UCCS, able to get in the RMAC playoffs, get a home game, win that, and do well enough in the RMAC tournament where they were able to move on to the national tournament. Looks like Bledsoe is back out there for the Cougars. See if she can't get different results this inning. Beckett Needler going to lead off the bottom of the third for the Mountain Lions, the catcher. Needler walked in her first appearance and takes strike 1 here. Nice little poke into left field, and Needler reaches with a single. The hit parade continues for UCCS, their 9th hit of the day, here only in the bottom of the third. So runner at first now for the Mountain Lions, and Paige Duncan, the first baseman, digs in for the Mountain Lions. She is hitless on the day, a ground out. Swings on the first pitch inside, over the top, 0-1. Paige Duncan, sophomore from Westminster, Colorado. Squares around a bunt, lays down a nice bunt, rolls just foul on the third baseline for strike number 2. That bunt had the speed you want on it for a base hit, but had just a little too much English and rolled over the foul baseline over at third base. 0-2, no outs. Runner at first for UCCS. Pitch from Bledsoe. Outside, ball 1, 1-2. Ball 2 from Bledsoe. 2-2 now for Duncan. She's back in the count after being 0-2. See what she can do here. Fly ball to center. Off the hands for Duncan. Out number 1 here in the bottom of the third.
Now batting, number 23.
Up to the plate now for Mountain Lions. The pitcher, Corey Colpins. Homer to center her first at bat. Can't imagine Bledsoe will want to throw that pitch again. Whatever one she threw for the homer. Stays away from Colpins here on the first pitch. Ball 1 outside. Colpins moved into the team lead there tied for the team lead for home runs with her 3rd in the season earlier in today's game. Ball 2 to Colpins, just high. See what Bledsoe decides to do here behind in the count. Able to sneak one on the inside corner. Fastball. Strike 1, 2-1 count now. This be a good hit and run count for the Mountain Lions if they want to go that route. Needler is 3 for 5 on the base pass this season. She does indeed take off. caught by the left fielder. See if she can get back in time. It's going to be close. She does. So no double play to end this inning for the Mountain Lions. Copeland, however, is retired by the left fielder. The lineup turns back over to Jordan Hitchings. Hitchings is 1 for 1 today with 1 walk and a run scored for the Mountain Lions. She's not really a threat to smack a double, but she's got that short, compact swing where you're looking to get a base hit on the infield a lot of times or a bunt. Probably the team's best bunter. Swings at strike 1. Ball 1 in the dirt. 1-1 the count now. Pitch from Bledsoe. Low. 2-1 now. Peterson sent Needler on the last hit and run count. 2-1 count. 2-1 count again here to Hitchings. We'll see if he sends her. She takes off like she's going to run, but does not attempt to steal. Ball 3 to Hitchings. 3-1 count now. Fouled off to the left side by Hitchings. Full count now. All right, you'd expect to see Needler take off here. 3-2 count, 2 outs. Hitchings can do something with it. Could be extra bases. Ball 4 to Hitchings. Her second walk of the day. Fielder.
Number 3, Jennifer.
She's 1 for 1 on the day with a sacrifice hit. See if she can't get a 2-out rally going here. Strike 1 to Schellenberg. 0-1 now. Strike 2, 0-2 count now to Schellenberg. Ball gets by, Remind. Both runners will advance. Second and third now. 1-2 count. 2 outs. Mountain Lions up 6-3. Any kind of hit from Schellenberg to the outfield would score 2 with Jenny Hitchings on second base, who runs well. Ball 2. 2-2 count now. 61st pitch from Bledsoe. And it hits Schellenberg. That's the last thing you want to do there. To load the bases for Jessica Belsterling. Things could get ugly here.
Number 4, Jessica
Belsterling 2 for 2 on the day. Pair of runs scored. CCU coach Davin Bond heads out to the home plate umpire Steve Collins to make a lineup change. Looks like we got a new pitcher for Colorado Christian. Keely Gray is going to be the pitcher for Colorado Christian. Freshman out of Lakewood, Colorado. Lakewood, Colorado also being where the Colorado Christian Cougars hail from, so she did not go far from home. Faith Christian High School is her alma mater. Keely Gray in the season, 6.75 ERA. 3 wins, 5 losses. We'll see what she can do today. Not a big strikeout pitcher. 44 innings on the season, only 11 strikeouts. But I'll tell you what, that's what she needs here. Or at least an out, if nothing else. Base is loaded for Jessica Belsterling, who's swinging a good bat today. 2 outs, 6-3 lead for the Mountain Lions. This game can get busted wide open right here. With one swing of the bat. All right, we're ready to play. Pitch from Gray. Strike one, outside corner. Better velocity on that pitch from anything we saw from Bledsoe. So even though Gray may not have the ERA, she does throw a good fastball. Belsterling, very aggressive this at bat. 0-2 now. Fouls it off the right side. Gray has come in and done her job. 0-2 now. Oh, cannot finish the job. Whoa. It's ruled a catch. There's a line drive to right, folks, and the umpire out at second base did not rule it out. Ruled it a hit. Overruled by home plate umpire Steve Collins. Snow cone catch by the right fielder. That's a lucky break for the Cougars. Wow, that could have been ugly. But Keely Gray able to get out of the inning there for Colorado Christian. UCCS loads the bases and strands all of them. Move to the top of the fourth. Colpin's back, trots back out to the mound for UCCS. Barring a disaster, she will finish today's game. It's not often you see a pitching change in softball. And if you do, it's usually one. You'll see one pitching change, and that girl will come in and finish the game. Baseball, you can see, shoot, a half dozen pitching changes. Sometimes people come in to face one. Leading off the inning here for Colorado Christian. It's going to be number 5, Dana Rex.
Number 5, Dana Rex.
Rex on the season, 254 average. Nothing to write home about, but today she is 1 for 1 with an RBI. Smacked that double our last at bat. First pitch from Colpins. Strike one. 0-1 the count. Pitch number 2 is fouled off down the left field line, 0-2. Colpin seems to be settling in nicely, getting ahead here. Pitch from Colpins. Waste one, 1-2 now. Rex fouls one back, right side. 1-2. Rex part of a buffet of California players for the Colorado Christian Cougars, with either Colorado or California being the hometown for almost all the players on their roster, minus a few. Ball number 2 from Colpin is 2-2 the count. Clear skies today, almost no cloud coverage, making it a tough day for the outfielders. Line drive up the middle, gets past Jennings. Single for Rex. Don't like to see that at the bottom of the lineup, but She's swinging a good bat today, 2 for 2 now.
Now batting
Digging in for the Cougars now, number 11, Stephanie Tatham, Tucson, Arizona native. Squares around a bunt, caught by the first baseman and thrown out at first. So we had Paige Duncan charging on the bunt, able to snow cone it. Second base runner seems to be confused. She doesn't know she's out. I can't blame her. Batter squared around a bunt. Paige Duncan charged, was able to snow cone catch it, turn around and throw to Hoffman, who's covering second base. Just like that, the bases are cleared and we have 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Now up for CCU is going to be Hannah Rapport, designated player.
Hannah Rappaport.
She takes strike 1 outside, 0-1. Ball 1 outside, 1-1 now. Pitch from Colpin, squared around a bunt. Colpin fields it, no play at first. Throws it anyway to Hoffman. Rappaport is safe. Reaching for the second time today. First time was via walk. This time she's able to get on via a bunt single.
Now batting
Jessica Romine now up to the plate. 1 for 2 on the day. Romine with a solid hit up the middle last time. Colpin's just missed on the outside there. 1-0. Ball 2 from Colpin's. While the Cougars don't have anyone who runs particularly well as a team, they do steal a lot of bases. It's just really spread out. No 1 or 2 people are the main culprits. Fouled off to the backstop. Strike number 1, 2-1 the count now to Romine. See if the Cougars take after the Mountain Lions. They're running on 2-1 counts here. Colpin's getting squeezed on that outside corner. Ball 3. 3-1 now. Colpin's looks visibly upset at the last couple misses here. You can't let that throw you off your game. Ball 4. Runners at first and second now. 3-hole hitter up to the plate. Rasmussen, first baseman. 1 for 1 on the day with a walk. UCCS assistant coach Don Petro is going to make his trip out to the mound here to have a chat with Colpin's. Colpin isn't throwing bad today. She's having a decent game, but she has worked herself into a couple jams. 68 pitches now. She's given up 7 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. She did hit 1 batter. So if you eliminate those free passes, that would do her a lot of good. See if Coach Petro didn't give Colpin some wise words to live by out there on the bump. Fresh count here. First and second. Runners for CCU, 2 outs, 6-3 lead for the Mountain Lions. Ball gets past Needler, chance to throw him out at third. Dirts it to the third baseman. Both runners advance. So now you run into an issue here where you're only up 6-3 and runners on second and third, one swing of the bat. We got ourselves a close ball game. When earlier it looked like this game could be over early. 1-0 count. Pitch from Colpins. Swinging strike. 1-1. Just missed inside. 2-1 count. Colpins reached down to grab some dirt there behind the rubber. You don't see a Rossen bag at a softball game, but some dirt never hurts if you're starting to get sweaty finger syndrome. Fly ball to the shortstop. Jennings is able to corral it for the third out of the inning, and Colpins is out of the jam like that. Colpins has been living dangerously, but so far it's worked out for the Mountain Lions, who maintain a 6-3 lead here going into the bottom of the fourth.
Mountain Lion Athletics would like to thank Hyatt Place Hotel for their generous support of our program. It's a new kind of Hyatt for today's relaxed lifestyle.
As you look around here at Mountain Lion Field, that is incorrect, however, as the school is now known as the University of Colorado Springs. No hyphen, just Colorado Springs. Same goes for Boulder and CU Denver as part of a new branding for the CU system. That's how their schools will be referred to. See, the UCCS bats can't get anything going here. Just Belsterling unable to get a hit last inning, was robbed of a hit, really, by the right fielder on a snow cone grab. Emily Jennings will lead off this inning. Jennings, 1 for 2, 3 RBIs and a homer. She takes ball 1. It's fortunate she didn't get a hit on that first pitch. Don Petro late to first base, makes it out there now. Jennings with a foul ball down the right field line into the Cougar bullpen. 1-1 now the count. Ball 2 in the dirt. Jennings, good hitter's count here, 2-1. And she must feel good today after that home run, so I won't be surprised to see the green light for Jennings. Ball 3-1, even more now, so the 3-1 count. Jennings, a former baseball player, played Little League all the way until she was 13 before making the switch to softball here in Colorado Springs, a native of the local area, Liberty High School. Ball 4 takes a walk to first base. Runner on first base now for the Mountain Lions.
Number 34, Danny Fonseca.
Right fielder Danny Fonseca steps in. She takes ball 1. Fonseca 1 for 2 today. 1-0 count, no outs, sitting at first base. Just missed pitch from Gray. Little low, maybe inside. I don't know where that was. 2-0 count now. Strike 1 to Fonseca. 2-1 count. Wouldn't be surprised to see Jennings run here. The Mountain Lions seem to have an MO for that. And she does indeed. Whoa, confusion by Jennings. She thought it was a line drive. Fonseca grounded to third. Jennings thought it was a line drive, held up about 3/4 of the way down. Almost got doubled off at second. Fonseca, however, was thrown out at first, and we got 1 out now with Nikki Hoffman at the dish. Jennings at second base, who runs well. Nikki Hoffman lines it into right field. Jennings will score easily. Left fielder able to cut it off in time, however, and Hoffman will be held to a long single. But Mountain Lions able to tack on a crucial run here, make it 7-3. One swing of the bat can still beat you with 7-3, but well, can't beat you. Pardon me, it can tie you. It can still hurt you, but it can't beat you. So I'm trying to say here. Becca Needler digs in for the Mountain Lions. 1 for 1 today with a walk. Hoffman at first, 1 out. Strike 1 to Needler. Oh, 1 count to Needler, the pitch. Strike 1 on the inside corner. Gray mostly working with fastballs right now. Hasn't thrown a whole lot of off-speed stuff. Fouled off by Needler down the right side. Looked like a hanging breaking ball there. Oh, 2 count to Needler. Really high pitch by Gray, saved by Romine on 1-2 count now. Ball 2 from Gray. 2-2 count now to the hitter, Needler. And up the middle to Gray. Hits her. Dies. Needler reaches with a single. Hoffman to second. That's a tough play. She was able to knock it down in really what was a defensive action. But she was in the process of knocking it down. She also slowed it down to the point where none of her middle infielders were able to help her out there. Now batting, first baseman Paige Duncan. She takes ball 1. Runners at first and second for UCCS, 1 out. Duncan is hitless on the day. She takes strike 1 now. Outside corner. 1-1 the count. Duncan takes another strike. Duncan, a transfer student from Florida Southeastern. Now behind 1-2. Swings at what should have been ball 2 up in the zone there. Duncan goes down swinging for out number 2.
Now batting, number 23, Corey.
The pitcher for the Mountain Lions, Corey Colpin, digs back in. She's been swinging well today, fouls it off. Right side for strike 1. Colpin's 1 for 2 with a home run and a fly out. Definitely doesn't swing like a pitcher. You see some of those pitchers in interleague play in the major leagues, on the American League side, come out and swing at National League parks, and it's ugly, but not Colpin's swing. She takes ball 1. 1-1 now. First and second runners for UCCS, 2 outs. Colpin's pokes one. The right center gap. 1 run will score. Runners at, so it's going to be a long single for Colpin's. Neither's able to get to third. Hoffman scores. 8-3 lead for UCCS as they turn the lineup over to Jordan Hitchings at the top. Having a hitter like Colpin's as your 9-hole hitter, swinging a bat like she is now, is a great thing as a coach. And a terrible thing if you're a pitcher for Colorado Christian today. So first and second runners for UCCS. We'll see what Colpin's does here as the runner at first. Strike 1 outside to Hitchings. Peterson runs through the signs again. Pitch to Hitchings. That one looked off the plate, but a gift to the pitcher Gray possibly. 0-2 now. Hitchings pair of walks and a single. Looks like she got her second single of the day. She'll get an RBI there as Becca Needler scores. Single for Hitchings. Colpin's advances the second on the play. 9-3 Mountain Lions. Remind wants time to go out and talk to Gray. Hitting next for the Mountain Lions will be Jen Schellenberg, Scottsdale, Arizona native, senior. Runs at first and second. See if Remind had some wise words for Gray. Schellenberg swings at the first pitch, fouls off in the stands. Oh, 1 now. Schellenberg lined at the first baseman for out number 3. Mountain Lions able to do some damage though in that inning. Tack on 3. 9-3 lead now.
The Mountain Lions record 3 runs on 4 hits with 0 errors and 2 runners left on base. The UCCS Athletic Department would like to thank Sports Authority for its support. Sports Authority.
We move now to the top of the 5th inning here. Like I previously said, score is 9-3. UCCS has done so via 13 hits. Colorado Christian has 7 hits right now. They head back up to the plate, however. The catcher, Danielle Remind, will lead off this inning for Colorado Christian. My guess is Copeland's will have a quick inning here, because when you're hitting well, that a lot of times can translate over to the defensive side of the ball for fielders, and pitchers are no different. Copeland is swinging a good bat right now, so her confidence is on the mound is only going to benefit from that.
Leading off the top of the 5th inning, number 8, Danielle Remind.
Remind, 1 for 2 today. Pair of RBIs. Pitch from Copeland's. Strike 1, inside. 0-1 now. Copeland's getting ahead quickly here. 0-2 now to Remind. Remind is a victim to strikeouts for CCU with 16 on the season, team leading for the Cougars. Copeland's wasted pitch, 1-2. She's almost been too predictable in that department today, where if it gets to an 0-2 count, she is going to waste a pitch and to the point where it was in the other batter's box. I'd like to see her get something a little closer to the zone. Something still the hitter can't hit, but at least make them think about it. Oh, another ball outside, 2-2 the count now. So when you hear someone say waste a pitch, you don't want it to be something the hitter is going to put over the fence, but you also don't want it to be something they can just let pass by easy. Ball 3 now. Because if you truly just waste a pitch, then it serves no purpose, and all of a sudden, look at you now, you're full count, 3-2. See if Copeland can climb back into this at bat now. Fouled off by Remind behind the fence, out of play. Offering from Copeland's lined into center field, absolutely smashed. Romain going to try for 2. She's able to get in there. The second double of the day for Romain. Leadoff double. Christina Belante now steps up to hit for the Cougars, the left fielder. Hitless on the day.
Christina Belante.
But she herself has been hit by a pitch. Colpins gets ahead again here. 0-1 now to Belmonte. Fisted by Belmonte into left field for a single. First and third. Runners at first and third now for the Cougars. Now up to hit for Colorado Christian will be number 25, Jackie Sansalone. Took me a minute to make out what Colorado Christian was saying or chanting in their dugout. They kept chanting something. Sounded like they were saying Vegas bomb, and that happens to be where Belmonte was from, a Vegas native. Moving forward, ball one now to Sansalone. 1-0 count. First and second, no outs. Mountain Lions do have a lead to work with, but we wouldn't like to see him utilize it. Fly ball to right by Fonseca, or by Sansalone, caught by Fonseca. Remind's able to tag up and score. Throw is late. 9-4 now the score, 1 out.
Now batting number 33.
So an out for Sansalone, but a productive out as she's able to score her teammate Remind from third. Now hitting for the Cougars, number 33, Alex Kofing, junior outfielder. Leader heads out to talk to Colpins. See what Kofing can do here. Pitch from Colpins. Fly ball. Whoop. Back to the press box. I'd have a shot at that one. Regardless of what you may hear, that ball was out of my reach. We'll see if we can't get a souvenir today, though, as the day is young. Change up from Colpins, line to Jennings. Caught for the out. Out number 2 for the Mountain Lions this inning.
Now batting number 5, Dana.
Up to the dish now for the Cougars, Dana Rex, third baseman. 2 outs, runner first. Ball one in the dirt. Neither can't handle it or find it. Gets back over close to the Mountain Lions dugout. Cougars are able to take the extra bag on that one. Runner at second now, Belmonte. One no count. Strike one, 1-1 now. A 9-4 lead for the Mountain Lions here in the top of the 5th. Ball 2 from Colpins. Dana Rex is 2 for 2 today. Double in our soft ground ball to third. High throw, but handled by Duncan for the third out of the inning. Nice stretch there by Duncan.
The Cougars recorded 1 run on 2 hits, with 0 errors.
1 run on 3 hits that inning for Colorado Christian. So we head now to the bottom of the 5th.
Since 1885, generations after generations of Colorado families have trusted Robinson Dairy.
UCCS has an opportunity to end this game early. The mercy rule in college softball is 8 runs after 5 innings. UCCS right now ahead by 5. They're able to tack on 3 runs here. We could be looking at an early game. Gray still on the mound here for Colorado Christian. Jess Belsterling will be our leadoff hitter this inning. She's 2 for 3 on the day. The pair of runs scored should be 3 for 3. I'll tell you what, that snow cone catch by the right fielder was a gift. I'm still not convinced she caught it out there, but what can you do now? We'll see if Belsterling can get us started here in the bottom of the 5th. Not your ideal leadoff hitter for any inning, as she does not run particularly well. Take strike 1 on the inside corner from Gray. 0-1 offering. Another inside corner. Fastball from Gray. We'll see if Belsterling likes this third pitch any better than she's liked the last two. She's behind 0-2 now. See if Gray wastes one here. She does. Up and in. 1-2 now. The change in velocity for Gray's fastball to her from her fastball to her changeup is minimal. It's almost non-existent. Ball 2 now, 2-2. Whereas the other pitcher today, Colpins, is able to change speeds very well. Ground ball here from Belsterling. Kind of a funny hop, but fielded cleanly by the second baseman. Throw to first. One out here now in the bottom of the 5th.
Now batting, number 24, Emily Jennings.
Up next for UCCS is the shortstop, Emily Jennings. She already has a 3-run homer on the day. Lines 1 to left. Single for Jennings. Second hit of the day for Jennings. Jennings a smart base runner and someone you want on the base pass as far as speed, where she's not going to be a liability. Danny Fonseca digs in now. Dana Fonseca up the middle. Base hit, single to center. 2 pitches, 2 hits for the Mountain Lions. Runners on first and second.
Now batting, number 21,
Nikki Hoffman now digging in for the Mountain Lions here, the second baseman. She's looked good today at the plate, comfortable. Ground ball to the shortstop. See if they can't turn 2. They barely get 1. Flip from the shortstop to the second baseman is mishandled by the second baseman, but picked up in time for 1 out. Hoffman reaches on a fielder's choice.
Now batting, number 9, Becca Needler.
Becca Needler, the catcher for UCCS, digs in now, number 9. Runners at first and second. We'll see what the Mountain Lions decide to do here. First and third, pardon me. First and third, always a strategic decision time for any baseball coach or softball coach, really. Ground ball by Needler to second base, and that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. UCCS unable to capitalize on base runners once again. Pair of hits, but no real value there as Mountain Lions aren't able to create any runs. 9-4 now as we head to the top of the 6th inning.
It's where you go after the game.
The wind has died off here now, almost completely. The flags are not moving at all. Whatever leaves are on the trees in the outfield are not moving either. Nice backdrop here at Mountain Lion Field. You got Pulpit Rock out and right. Always a good hike for the outdoorsy people here in Colorado Springs to take on. Much more enjoyable now as the weather begins to heat up here in this part of the country. So we got a pitching change for the Mountain Lions. If I believe my eyes, we got Nikki Hoffman on the mound. what is an interesting move potentially to save innings for Corey Colpins later in this series. Maybe have her throw game 2 today. We'll see. Nikki Hoffman, let's go over her numbers real fast. She has got an ERA that is deceiving. It's very high. It's 18.67 on the season. She's got 0 for 1 in the loss column, or win-loss column, pardon me. But she's only pitched 3 innings. So those 3 innings didn't go particularly well, but we'll see if she can't make amends for some of that today. She's a freshman, so those innings came pretty early in the season when she was more a freshman than she is now as she goes through the growing up process of her first season here, collegiate softball. Senior Becca Needler heads out to calm the nerves for Hoffman and give her a little extra chat here before we get going here on the top of the 6th. I can't imagine Coach Peterson will have a particularly long leash with Hoffman if she begins to get into trouble with pitchers like Jess Belserling, on the bench ready to come in and close it down if necessary. But this is Nikki Hoffman's home debut on the mound for the Mountain Lions, so let's see what she's got. The offering from Hoffman. Strike 1, fouled off on the left side here. Batting for Colorado Christian, number 11, the shortstop, Stephanie Tatham. She's 0 for 2 today. Number 9 hitter. Good place to get Hoffman started off before the lineup turns back over. Strike 2 from Hoffman. Fouled off the left field, down the left field line. 0-2 now. Good place to be. And Hoffman with the strikeout on the first batter she faced today, sending Tatham to the bench, swinging on the outside fastball there for strike 3. Confidence has to be high now for Hoffman. Or now batting for Colorado Christian, Hannah Rappaport. Leadoff hitter as the lineup turns over. Designated player. Ball 1. Second pitch is fouled off by Rappaport to the backstop. 1-1 the count now. One out, top of the 6th. Hoffman able to sneak one in on the outside corner to Rappaport. 1-2 now the count. Also, another change from the Mountain Lions. Looks like Sammy Myers, the second baseman who came in and filled in for the Mountain Lions defensively while Hoffman is on the mound, sending Colpins to the bench. Hoffman misses outside, 2-2 now. Ground ball to Jennings. Thrown over to Duncan for Hoffman is in cruise control right now in the 6th inning. Hasn't wasted any time figuring out home plate umpire Steve Collins' strike zone. Jessica Romine digs in the 2-hole, second baseman for the Cougars. Scores around a bunt. Did she get it back in time? Appears that she did. 1-0. Mountain Lions asked for a second opinion on that square around there. First base umpire Chuck French declines to oblige the Mountain Lions' request. Second pitch from Hoffman. In there for a strike, however, 1-1 now. That pitch is in the dirt. 2-1 count now for Romine. First time Hoffman's been behind in the count. She comes right back to even it up, 2-2 now. You like to see Hoffman be aggressive here, even if she makes a mistake. Misses on the outside corner, full now. Full count, 2 outs to here in the top of the 6th. Jessica Romine at the plate, who swung well today. With 1 hit. Gets her second walk of the day here, however. Ball 4. First Cougar to reach base this inning. Sarah Rasmussen now digs in for Colorado Christian. Romine takes a generous secondary lead there on that first pitch strike delivered by Hoffman. Can't imagine seeing Romine run here, though. Down 5 runs, you don't want to run into an out right now. That extra bag means nothing to the Cougars. Ball 2 here by Hoffman. 1-1 now. 2 outs. Sarah 1 for 2 today. Run scored and a walk. Hoffman decides to come inside. Rasmussen turns on it. Foul ball down the left field line. One and 2 the count. Hoffman's worked well when she's been ahead today. In 1 inning of work. Rasmussen crushes one down the line. Foul. If that ball was, I would say maybe 5 or 6 feet to the right, that thing is a fair ball, and that thing is long gone. In this case, though, it's just a long strike. We'll see if it rattles Hoffman at all. 1 and 2 still the count. No damage done. Physically, anyway. Rasmussen fouls another one off. Pitch from Hoffman. Another foul ball here. Good battle between Hoffman and Rasmussen. Rasmussen only has a 273 average on the season, but you got to think she's a better hitter than that because Coach Davin Bond has expressed a lot of faith by batting her in the 3-hole. The pitch is a ball inside from Hoffman, 2 and 2 now. Still a 9-4 lead for the Mountain Lions here at Mountain Lion Field. Beautiful Saturday afternoon in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Ball 3. Rasmussen thought she had drawn the walk. Obviously lost count along at bat here. Full count now. Last thing you want to see Hoffman do here is throw ball 4. Much rather see her go after this hitter with a strike. And she does just that. Fouled off again. Long battle continues. Home plate umpire Steve Collins collecting a few more balls from the Mountain Lion coaching staff here as we've probably lost 4 balls this at bat. It's a foul. Balls have been fouled off out of play. Little conference on the mound now from all the infielders from UCCS. Everyone is probably expressing their support in the freshman Nikki Hoffman. Full count here to number 19 from Colorado Christian. Sarah Rasmussen 1 for 2 on the day. See if she can't get her second hit here, or if Nikki Hoffman can't get her third out of the inning, whichever comes first. Another long foul ball down the left field line. I don't know how many balls are in a box, but we got to be getting close to going through a box here in this at bat. Long fly ball right by Rasmussen over the fence, over the outstretched arm of number 3 for the Mountain Lions, Jen Schellenberg. Looked like she had a shot at it. It's going to be a home run, however. 2-run home run after a long battle there between Hoffman and Rasmussen to make the score 9-6 now in favor of the Mountain Lions still. So Hoffman put the first 2 batters away, and then she has a batter reach on a walk, and then a home run. You hate to see those walks come back to bite you, those free passes, but that was just the case here in this last at bat.
Now batting number 8.
9-6 now the score. Still 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Things just got interesting though, because 3-run game now. Colorado Christian can get right back in this thing if UCCS doesn't go anywhere in the top of the 7th. Ball 1. Believe it's ball 1. Chuck French, umpires, having a word with Hoffman. It looks like there's some concern over her pitching method. You have to be in contact with the mound when you release the ball. I think that is what umpire Chuck French was going over with Hoffman, who's not used to pitching. Spends most of her time in the field. She delivers a strike on that pitch, 1-1. Third pitch of the bat's fouled off to the backstop, 1-2. Hoffman's ahead here. Colorado Christian down to their final 4 outs here. Down 3. See if they can make things interesting here today in game 1. Pitch fouled off by Romine. Hoffman here hasn't changed speeds a lot, but she's been right around the strike zone, making the Colorado Christian hitters have to be aggressive at the plate. Ball 2. 2-2 the count. Pitch from Hoffman. Fouled off to the back. That one was close, too close for comfort there. But I brought my glove to the ball field today. I might have had a shot at that one. It's debatable, though. There's a step to my left that might have made things interesting. Pitch from Hoffman, strike 3, swinging to end the inning. So Nikki Hoffman's mount. Two strikeouts, but she also gave up two runs. So a little bit of the good and a little bit of the bad there for Hoffman. It'd be interesting to see if she returns for the top of the 7th, or if Coach Scott Peterson decides to go in a different direction that inning, with the score being close. That decision might be dictated by what happened this inning right now, bottom of the 6th, as the Mountain Lions are back up to the plate. Wind is picked back up just a touch, falling out to center. Pitcher Keely Gray is still on the bump for Colorado Christian. She hasn't thrown poorly at all. She's come in and done a really admirable job here coming in late to the game and having to clean up the mess, really. Paige Duncan, first base for UCCS, is going to lead off here.
Paige Duncan!
Paige Duncan over 3 with a strikeout today. Let's see if she can't get in on the UCCS hit parade. Paige Duncan soft ground to the pitcher, Keely Gray. Gray throws her out at first base for first out of the inning. Pitcher Corey Colbin's now to the plate for the Mountain Lions. We got one out here.
23, Corey Colbin!
First pitch inside, fouled off by Colpins. Pitch from Gray. Fouled off by Colpins. Down the left field line. 0-2 now. Colbin's maybe behind, but I wouldn't count her out by any means. She's a free swinger for UCCS, and I don't think the count really matters with a hitter like that. Ball one high. Wasted pitch by Gray there. See if Colbin's would bite. She declined. 1-2. Ball 2 outside. 2-2 now. Soft fly ball to the first baseman by Colpins. It's going to be caught by Sarah Rasmussen. That'll turn the lineup back over. Leadoff hitter Jordan Hitchings now up to the plate. First pitch is a ball to Hitchings. I don't know. Hitchings scores around a bunt. Gets it back in time. 2-0 now. Hitchings 2 for 2 on the day. Lines out to the shortstop. That'll be her first time not reaching base. And she's retired. The third out of the inning.
The Mountain Lions go down 1-2-3.
First 1-2-3 inning for CCU. Came at a much needed time because this is it. We are 3 outs away from potentially wrapping up game number 1. And look at that. We do have a new pitcher for the Mountain Lions. We're going to dig even deeper into the bullpen. We're going to go with Stephanie Schikowski. Another freshman from Glen Ellen, Illinois, Glen Bard South High School. She had been injured earlier in the season after starting off the season throwing very well. She boasts. But the key thing to note here is she's thrown 21 innings, but she's got 25 strikeouts, so she's got a propensity for making hitters miss. 13 walks, however, is a little high, so we'll see if which Stephanie Schikowski we get today, whether it's the wild thing, can't find the strike zone Schikowski, or the 1-2-3 inning all strikeouts Schikowski. CCU coach Gavin Bond taking his time getting over to third base. We'll see if he made any changes here in the top of the 7th to spark the Cougar lineup.
Leading off the top of the 7th inning, number 31, Christina Belante.
Christina Belante is going to lead off here in the last-ditch effort for the Cougars. She takes strike 1. That pitch is fouled off. Strike 2 on 2 now. Pitch from Schikowski. Fouled off. 0-2 still. Alante 1 for 2 on the day with a strikeout, and she's worn 1 for the team. She reached twice. One and two the count to Volante. The other pitch fouled off. Foul balls are a part of the game, folks, but today has been an extremely high number of foul balls. That's on both sides. Ball 2. Counts even now. 2's apiece. This would technically be a close for Schikowski if she's able to knock it, put the nail in the coffin here and collect the save. Foul to the backstop here by Volante. 2-2. Schikowski does have 2 saves on the season. Hard hit fly ball. And that is going to carry over the fence for Volante. And it's getting weird. 9-7 now. Cougars are crawling back. We'll see if they can't crawl all the way back. Mountain Lions, being the home team, would get a shot at it here in the bottom of the 7th if Colorado Christian is able to tack on 2 or more runs here with their final 3 outs. Now batting, Jackie Sanzalone, the center fielder, number 25. Sanzalone 0 for 2 on the day. No homers in the season. Fouled off, out of play, 0-1. Pitch from Schikowski outside. Ball 1-1 now. Only noise here at Mountain Lion Field is the Colorado Christian dugout and fan section. UCCS is relatively quiet, as I'm sure they're a little stunned right now. 1-2 the count. Schikowski able to come back and fire a strike. Could be a big first out if she's able to put away Sanzalone. Don't want to get too cute here. Fouled out of play. Nice catch by the side. I believe that's our first. He throws it back. That was a questionable decision. But I believe that's our first foul ball that's been caught today, at least. Maybe all season by a fan. That was a clean catch. Both hands, good textbook catch. Pitch from Schikowski. Outside. Fouled down the right field line. For any fans listening at home, if you ever catch a foul ball, unless you're at Wrigley Field, you don't want to throw it back. There are stadium ushers if you don't feel like taking it home yourself. Or here at Mountain Lion Field, we have foul ball deposit areas where you can get those back to us. Throwing it back on the field is dangerous for the players. Schikowski, wild pitch, hits the batter. Sanzalone's going to get a free pass now. So the tying run comes up to the plate for Colorado Christian. Alexa Kofing. Kofing 1 for 3 on the day with a run scored.
Number 33, Alexa Coffin.
And Colorado Christian hasn't looked particularly good all day, but you let a team hang around late in the game, anything can happen. Sansalone must run decently well, as Colorado Christian has not sent in a pinch runner. Ball 1 from Chikowski. You got to wonder if Coach Peterson's questioning his decision earlier in the game to take Kolpins out, who was doing relatively well, and replace her with Hoffman and now Chikowski. Two pitchers who hadn't seen a lot of action this season, in comparison to Kolpins anyway. Ball 2 from Chikowski. 2-0 count, great hitters count. Be interesting to see if Colorado Christian does decide to run here. You don't necessarily need to. Ball 3 from Chikowski, who came out firing strikes at the beginning of the inning, has come undone a little bit now. Never like to see a pitcher fall behind 3-0. Sansalone able to advance to second on the play. First base open, 3-0 count. Smart play here maybe to just put Cuffing on back. Here we go. Yep, ball 4. Oh, pardon me, strike 1. Myself and Cuffing both thought it was ball 4. She proceeded to make her way to first base until being brought back by home plate umpire Steve Collins. 3-1 the count. That one is fouled off by Kofi and got a piece to the umpire. Full count now. Full count, no outs, runner at second. 9-7 UCCS lead. The one has become a close ball game. As Colorado Christian's been able to score in the last 3 innings now to make things interesting. Fly ball to right. Second baseman, Nikki Hoffman's able to make her way out there. Flag that one down for the first out of the inning, and that is big. Big first out for UCCS. Now batting for Colorado Christian is going to be Dana Rex, third baseman. 1 out now. Still a runner at second. Wind blowing to left. Chikowski gets ahead of Rex, 1-0. 0-1, pardon me. Rex is 2 for 3 on the day with a double and an RBI. Ball 1 in the dirt, blocked by Needler. Able to keep Sansalone at second base. See what kind of nerves Chikowski's got here. 1-1 count, runner at second in a close game. Close pitch outside, misses. 2-1 now. That pitch looked like it was in the same spot as the pitch prior, but that one's called a strike. Either way, 2-2 now. See if Chikowski can put Rex away with her out pitch. A lot of fastballs from Chikowski here in the early going. Comes with another fastball, but it's popped up to the third base side. Out of play, out of reach for third baseman Claire Nibby, who initially looked like she had a beat on it. Count remains 2-2. Ball 3 from Chikowski. Full count. First base is open, however. Won't be the end of the world if you put her on. Definitely don't want to throw it over the middle of the plate here, but wouldn't mind it out. Outside corner. Hoffman's able to flag it down. Diving stop. Throws a Duncan for the second out of the inning. Sansalone advances to third base on the play. So now you got 2 outs. Top 7. Sansalone, the runner at third. Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter here, number 7. Alice Murray, sophomore at Abilene, Kansas. Murray this season, .214 batting average. She only has 14 at-bats, 3 hits. But she has the faith of Coach Davenbond, and we'll see if she can't tie things up with one swing of the bat. Coach Don Petro heads out to the mound to talk to Shikowski. The closer, while an overrated position, well, at least that's my opinion, needs nerves of steel because situations like this often arise late in the game. And we'll see if Shikowski's already got 2 saves on the season, no stranger to this situation, can come through here for the Mountain Lions and collect her 3rd save. Strike 1 to Murray. Good first pitch for Shikowski. Pitch. Strike 2, 0-2. All right, Shikowski can really dictate this at bat now. She's ahead, 0-2. You don't want to see something too good. But 0-2, you know Murray's needs to be aggressive. Good pitch by Shikowski. Just misses on the outside corner, low and away. 1-2 count now. The offering. Fouled off to the left field backstop area. Fan unable to come up with that catch. I'm going to go ahead and give an E10 on that one. 1-2 still. Outside pitch from Shikowski makes it 2-2 now. 9-7 UCCS lead. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. 2-2 count. So the batter Murray. Stephanie Shikowski on the mound. Delivers. Strike 3 called by home plate umpire Stephen Collins. Looked like a check swing by the batter Alice Murray. But he rung her up. Didn't even question it. Mountain Lions are able to maintain their lead and hang on there at the end for what turned into a close game. And what should really not have been a close game. Pitcher Corey Colpins will collect the win in that game, and pitcher Stephanie Shikowski will collect the save. Just going over some of the box scores, some of the top performers today. Several Mountain Lions had 2 hits, including Needler. Corey Colpins all had 2 hits. UCCS as a team collected 15 total on their way to 9 runs, while Colorado Christian had 10 hits on their way to 6 runs. Final score again, 7 runs. Final score again, 9-7 in favor of UCCS. We will have a second game here, part of our doubleheader against Colorado Christian, coming up shortly here in 20 to 30 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and take a timeout, but check back in with us in a little bit for game 2.